Thank you very much. I'd like to thank, of course, the Arab Organization for Human Rights in the UK for inviting me and for initiating the petition to ICC in such a timely manner. I want to link to what Kirsten talked about, which is the arm and military support to Israel. But I want to discuss the international community action in action when it comes to Palestinians in terms of justice. I mean, we all know there has never been a response to all the crimes Israel commits from the ICC. This is because international rule and justice are not applied equally, we all know that, and Palestinians are constantly excluded. And Israel is never held accountable for these crimes, but also never held accountable for the arbitrary laws that allow such crimes. Like, for example, the case of Salah Harmouri. This is an Israeli law that revoked his citizenship and deported him from his homeland, due to, quote, lack of allegiance to the state of Israel, end of quote. That's the law, okay? Also, the Israeli Supreme Court, for example, ruled that Khan al-Ahmar should be razed completely. These are arbitrary laws, always against Palestinians, not a blink from the international community. There are two major issues related to law and justice that Palestinians face. One is that their narrative is excluded completely. Second, it's fought. It's not only excluding the narrative, but fighting it. Like in the case of Shireen, for example, Shireen Abu Akleh, the Palestinian journalist who was killed by an Israeli sniper, according to multiple investigations, like by Al-Haq and CNN, independent investigation. However, Israeli internal investigation claimed that she was shot by mistake. How was the Palestinian narrative excluded? This report, the internal Israeli report, refused to engage with eyewitness testimonies who witnessed on what happened. It was, or I don't know if they saw the video footage as well. So denied any wrongdoing, of course, to avoid accountability, deflecting the blame and avoid accountability. But Shireen's case is not the only case. I don't know if you remember in 2000, September 2000, when Israel killed Muhammad al-Durra while he was hiding behind his father. Is that the footage shocked the world, okay? At the beginning, Israel was like, maybe we killed him by mistake, maybe Israeli. In 2013, retracted this confession and stated that there is no evidence that an Israeli soldier shot Muhammad al-Durra. Okay, so denying, but what Israel did as well, or rather, I'd rather be accurate, pro-Israeli groups accused Talal Abu Rahmi, who shot the footage, of fabrication, that the video was fabricated, and they took him to court in France, who works with I believe he works with the France 24, maybe, I can't remember, don't quote me on that, but it's a French satellite TV or station, and they took him to court. Jenin invasion, for example, also in 2002, same period, did not allow UN to inquire and investigate, okay? Not only did not allow the investigation, fought Muhammad al-Bakri. This is very recent, it's in 2020, when the film Jenin, they took Muhammad al-Bakri to court. A soldier appeared in this Jenin documentary, and Israel banned the film. Jenin. So it's not only excluding, it's also fighting the Palestinian narrative. There are countless examples. But not only that, the international community hears Israeli settlers incite to violence against Palestinians and chant slogans like death to Arabs, for example, and turn a blind eye to that as well. Not only turn a blind eye, sometimes they repeat the narrative of Israel, as we saw with Ursula, the UN, the EU, sorry, the EU Commission, the president of the EU Commission. Remember when she said on the anniversary of Israeli independence, to congratulate Israel on that day, she said, if you remember, you have made the desert bloom. So she's repeating Israeli narrative that it is a land without people, and Israel or Israelis made it bloom. This is dangerous. Not only that, Israel is also fighting Palestinian textbook, and the international community in EU in particular is complicit with Israel in that. Recently, this year, the Commissioner for Neighborhood and Enlargement announced that they will make sure that the EU is not funding, and I'm quoting now, will make sure it's not funding Palestinian textbooks that incite against Israel. So this is the role of the international community, not only turning a blind eye, but being proactive, emphasizing and reiterating Palestinian narrative. Okay. Now, on the issue of hope, of course there is hope, and I love this sentence by James Baldwin, the American who fought for equality and justice all his life. He said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." And this is to link to Kirsten comments on hope. And I am sure you all remember, you all read about the law student, the graduate student, Fatima Muhammad speech at the City University of New York, when she criticized the legal system and she said, Palestine can no longer be the exception to our pursuit of justice. And she said that we want the law to achieve justice and not deflect the will of the powerful. Well, where is the hope that this new generation is not afraid to speak up and to fight for equality and justice for Palestinians and other also oppressed groups? The hope also resides in the response of the Student University Jewish Law Student Association. They issued a statement because Fatima was attacked, named and shamed because of what she said, because she referred to Palestine. And the Jewish Law Student Association, here's their quote from their statement: as a public interest, and I'm quoting now, as a public interest focused law school, we have a duty to stand with Palestinians against Zionist oppression, as Fatima has done. In her commencement speech, Fatima describes the unique nature of the City University of New York law and the values it embodies that brought many students to our school, end of quote. See, so, I mean, there is hope with the new, and you, Ruba, also mentioned that there is, of course, hope in people to stand up for oppression. There's a recent report, I'm sure you've heard about it. It was last week by the Independent International Commission of Inquiry on the Occupied Territories. Also talked about this, includes East Jerusalem, Israel, everywhere, also talked about Israeli crimes. Not only that, the report recommended that the office of the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court prioritize the investigation into the situation in the occupied. And of course, you are all aware of the other reports that talked about Israel as an apartheid state from the river to the sea.